I got rice cooking in the microwave. Got a 3-day beard I don't plan to shave. And it's a goofy thing, but I just gotta say, hey, I'm a-doing alright. Yeah, I think I'll make me some homemade soup. I'm feeling pretty good, and that's the truth. It's neither drink nor drug induced. No, I'm just doing alright. And it's a great day to be alive. I know the sun's still shining when I close my eyes. There's some hard times in the neighborhood, but why can't every day be just this good? Oh yeah. It's been 15 years since I left home. Said good luck to every seed I'd sown. Gave it my best and then I left it alone. I hope they're doing alright. Now I look in the mirror and what do I see? A lone wolf there staring back at me. Long in the tooth but harmless as can be. Lord, I guess he's doing alright. And it's a great day to be alive. I know the sun's still shining when I close my eyes. There's some hard times in the neighborhood, but why can't every day be just this good? Sometimes it's lonely, sometimes it's only me and the shadows that fill this room. Sometimes I'm falling, desperately calling, howling at the moon. Take my old Harley for a 3-day cruise. Might even grow me a Fu Manchu. And it's a great day to be alive. I know the sun's still shining when I close my eyes. There's some hard times in the neighborhood, but why can't every day be just this good? It's a great day.
Dyslexics are mad at Mitsubishi for this TV commercial and some billboards campaigning to sell one of the Mitsubishi sedans, which the company claims is dyslexic because it thinks that it's a $41,000 car, not a $14,000 car. The commercial is cleverly meant to imply that the ride is a lot swankier than the sticker price, but dyslexics say that it totally belittles them. A little person, Bruce Willis, who's big in his own mind, belittling people at a club in New York, pushing his way past some folks waiting in line to go to the bathroom at the Bungalow 8 Club, accusing them of all being a bunch of dope fiends. Before he butt in front of them with a young woman dangling from his hand, he led into a stall. They went in together in front of everyone Friday night. And a few minutes later, Bruce and his chick emerged, surrounded by bodyguards. He whooped it up until closing time.
Oh, so his bodyguards take him to a bathroom stall?
He bossed his way into that all by himself, but later on, nobody could get up to him to say, "Hey, Bruce, we thought that was kind of a bullcrap maneuver," because he had his bodyguards with him to keep all that little
obnoxious
rabble away. And it's been revealed that back in the day, the CIA used several failed espionage techniques. Now, according to declassified documents, among those techniques, psychics to track the Russian maneuvers, and putting bugging devices on cats to infiltrate and spy on the Russians. But as everybody except the CIA seemed to know back then, you can't train a cat to do anything. The declassified documents say the Acoustic Kitty project was a bust because felines were too independent. Judy Daniels with Rock and Roll Radio News.
Did you read the USA Today story about the dark side of age 25?
No. There's a dark side?
Yeah.
What is it?
Prepare to feel ill.
Oh, okay.
See, I'm just pissed because when I was 25, I don't remember anybody going, "Oh, you poor 25-year-old. It's so dark."
God. It's
I
the
don't-
best
I don't like-
economy. Oh, never mind.
Well, it's tough right now. I guess that seems to be the whining point.
Oh.
Let's see. This book called Quarter Life Crisis. People assume if you're in your 20s, you have youth and life is fabulous. We want to get the idea of the dark side of the 20s in a national discussion. Oh, do we need any more whining and national discussion? Then they have a picture of two white 25-year-old chicks who are pretty attractive. I mean, I don't know why they don't just screw a 40-year-old if they're so worried about money.
Well, let's see them. Do they dress like they're in crisis?
No, not at all. They dress like they're ready to go out and party.
Well, then maybe that's why they have a crisis.
If they're 25, they've been out of college for a few years, so they should have already scored their good gig, and they shouldn't. But supposedly all the 25-year-olds say, college loans, the economy sucks.
That's really sad.
We do. Tell me everything I'm not, but don't ever tell me to stop. Don't you ever tell me love isn't true. It's just something that we do. Don't you ever tell me everything I'm not, but don't ever tell me to stop. Don't you ever, please don't, please don't tell me to stop. Don't you ever, don't you ever, don't ever tell me to stop. Tell her back not to me, like a open mouth of a grave, yeah. Not to stare up at me, like I kept down on his
Now that she's back in the atmosphere with drops of Jupiter in her head, she acts like summer and walks like rain, reminds me that there's a time to change. Since the return of her stay on the moon, she listens like spring and she talks like June. Well, tell me, did you sail across the sun? Did you make it to the Milky Way to see the lights all faded and that heaven is overrated? Tell me, did you fall for a shooting star? One without a permanent scar, and then you missed me while you were looking for yourself out there. Now that she's back from that soul vacation, tracing her way through the constellation, you. Even when I know you're wrong, can you imagine no first dance, freeze-dried romance, 5-hour phone conversation, the best soy latte that you ever had in me? But tell me, did the wind sweep you off your feet? Did you finally get the chance to dance along the light of day and head back toward the Milky Way? And tell me, did you sail across the sun? Did you make it to the Milky Way to see the lights all faded and that heaven is overrated? And tell me, did you fall for a shooting star, one without a permanent scar, and then you missed me while you were looking for yourself? Na 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 na. And then you finally get the chance to dance along the light of day. And then you fall for a shooting star, fall for a shooting star.
As long as we're talking about Afro Man and the debut of his album, a lot of people are writing song parodies to this song, as I did. In fact, Afro Man wrote a song parody about me. And, yeah, okay. Anyway, so this guy sent us a song parody about Casey. Everyone thinks Casey's gay, including me.
He's the only one who doesn't.
So this guy, one of our listeners sent this in, and here it is. I'll give him a little bit of a spin. It's very homophobic, this song.
Ooga.
Ooga.
Faggot.
Oh, my.
Very rough song.
My name is Casey Armstrong and I'm a gay guy. I wear this homo facial hair cause I'm a gay guy.
Referring to his beard.
Well, I still wet the bed and I know why. Why, baby? Cause I'm a gay guy. I'm a gay guy. I'm a gay guy. Baby. I go to the tanning parlor cause I'm a gay guy. Turn down beautiful chicks cause I'm a gay guy. My wallet. I failed the polygraph twice and I know why. Why, K-Fed? Cause I'm a gay guy.
Get it?
I'm a gay guy. I'm a gay guy.
Later this week, we're going to have an exclusive interview with Joan Rivers, who just lost her dog Spike.
We'll be the first.
Also, the founder of the Blackjack team, because we want to ask him some questions about that. Also, we're going to play Guess Who Had the Most Plastic Surgery. Coming soon, Jason Alexander with his new TV show. John Stamos with his new TV show.
Wow, did you see what they wrote about John Stamos' new TV show?
No.
I think it was something like, he's found a way to go from being, like the mild-mannered, or the silly hunk on TV to the wimpy tough guy. They just don't like him.
Oh, they give him a bad review?
Yeah, it was like he's going to be a wimpy, detective or something.
The wimpy detective.
Yeah, the wimpy detective.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Well, I like John.
He's a good guy. He's good looking. Why? I mean, he can do this swashbuckling kind of thing.
Yeah, he's like a male model detective. That makes sense. A guy that good looking, he can be a detective.
Sure, he's he's worried about crime, isn't he?
Yeah, guys who look like that always go into dangerous work.
I thought that was funny.
Yeah, he's a little too good looking. That's his problem.
Everybody hates him. He's so good looking, people hate him.
He's a model. Yeah, that's what it is. The reviewers can't stand him because they're all ugly. But he is married to Rebecca Romaine, who is one of the most beautiful chicks on the planet.
They're the most beautiful couple.
Oh, if I could see her naked.
You can, can't you?
Where? Where could I see her?
She must have been photographed or something.
Oh, my God. I want to see her naked in my apartment. That's where I want to see her.
I think the girl on this show, Thieves, his new show, looks just like her.
Yes, that's what they say.
Right?
Is that right?
Yeah, well, I'm going to watch the show out of loyalty to John, even though he's a wimpy detective.
I will definitely. I think he's actually a thief
who has to help the detectives solve crimes or something.
Stop, or I'll throw my headshots at you.
Of course I know how to get into that building.
I'm going to go under the yellow tape and see if I can solve this crime.
Stop! There are lasers in there protecting it.
Yeah. Poor Hank is dead. He'll never see the new John Stamos or Jason Alexander
That's
show.
right. He's going to miss both those debuts.
Hey, this is Hank.
Yeah.
I'm dead.
Oh.
I hope you guys cremate me and put me in a vodka bottle.
Right.
You cannot quit me so quickly. There's no hope in you for me. No corner you could squeeze me. But I got all the time for you, love. The space between the tears we cry is the laughter keeps us coming back for more. The space between the wicked lies we tell and hope to keep safe from the pain. But will I hold you again? These fickle, fuddled words confuse me. Like will it rain today? Waste the hours with talking. These twisted games we're playing. We're strange allies with warring hearts. What do wild-eyed beast you be? The space between the wicked lies we tell and hope to keep safe from the pain. Will I hold you again? Will I hold? Look at us spinning out in the madness of a roller coaster. You know you went off like the devil in a church in the middle of a crowded room. All we can do, my love, is hope we don't take this ship down. The space between where you're smiling high is where you'll find me if I get to go. The space between the bullets in our firefight is where I'll be hiding, waiting for you. The rain that falls splash in your heart ran like sadness down the window and told. The space between our wicked lies is where we hope to keep safe from pain. Take my hand, 'cause we're walking out. Oh, yeah. Right out of here. Love is all we need, dear. The space between what's wrong and right is where you'll find me hiding, waiting for you. The space between your heart and mine is the space filled with time. Space between.
Uncertain 20-somethings feel free to turn on a dime. Dave Hefner says, everyone, why do they quote individual people?
Oh, I don't
Why
know.
They just say,
I don't know.
A 20-something turd from Arlington, Virginia says,
Well, they like to say Hefner.
I was recruited out of college into a high-stakes accounting firm. I found it's not all it's cracked up to be. Now he favors the science field. Okay, so.
Yeah. So,
While many more types of jobs have opened up in the field of technology, employers are fussier about whom they hire. So that's okay. So that's something to cry about. That employers want good people as opposed to just anyone.
Yeah. Well, gee, boy, how terrible of them, huh?
Fallout from parental divorce. Oh, this is going to make me gag.
Well,
in part, as a reaction to the still high divorce rate, 20-somethings are marrying later and cohabitating more.
okay, yeah,
What's wrong with that?
that's believable.
The average age for first marriage was 26.8 for men, 25.1 for women, up from 24.7 and 22 in 1980. Now it is
Big
common
deal.
for couples who marry to live together before tying the knot.
Okay.
My parents' generation would not have considered living together, and they had rough divorces. For me, it's just a no-brainer. Okay, so what's the complaint?
Well, there's no problem there. Yeah, that's just
the
big
complaint.
nothing.
No, the complaint is the mental health problems from their parents' divorce.
Oh, suck it up again. Spit on it.
Head over to our website and make your voice heard right there, right now. Go to CNN.com and cast your vote. That's today's quick vote question. What's it saying right now?
Look at that. 66% agree with the diner eaters.
Yeah,
Stay away.
No, he's taking a big risk. I want to remember Michael in his absolute prime.
I know you said that earlier today, and I think part of the sentimentality is seeing him shoot against the Utah Jazz. Final shot, boom, for the championship, and we want to remember our legends that way. But, Michael says it's not necessarily about championships, for love of the game.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying.
Right. Well, he's a baby boomer who doesn't want to admit it's over. You've got a lot left to give. We are all over this story. Our opinions aside, in the next 15 minutes, we're going to be talking to the Sports Illustrated reporter who first reported months ago that MJ was coming back.
And President Bush would like the economy to bounce back. Can he make choices that won't cut into his political base?
And cuts are all the rage on the runway. Jeannie Most reports on the fashionistas. You are watching CNN Live at daybreak.
Strike a pose.
Strike the pose.
I keep on falling and I love with you. Sometimes I love you. Sometimes you make me blue. Sometimes I feel good.
if I should lick my wounds or say it was me instead. There's an aching inside my head. It's telling me you're better off alone. But after midnight, morning will come. Every day we'll see if you went and get some. They say that girl, you know she acts too tough, tough, tough. But instead I turn off the light, turn off the light. Say that girl, you know she acts so rough, rough, rough. But instead I turn off the light, turn off the light. I say follow me, follow me, follow me down, 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 down till you see all my dreams. Not everything in this magical world is what it seems. I looked above the other day, 'cause I think I'm good and ready for a change. I live my life by the moon, by the moon. If it's high, play it low. If it's high, let's go slow. And if it's full, then go. But after midnight, morning will come and the day will sing. Yeah, if you're gonna get some. They say that girl, you know she acts too tough, tough, tough. But still I turn off the light, turn off the light. They say that girl, you know she acts so rough, rough, rough. But still I turn off the light, turn off the light. I said follow me, follow me, follow me down, 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 down till you see all my dreams. Not everything in this magical world is what it seems. I'm searching for things that I just cannot see. Why don't you come up here with me and not pretend to be cool with me? Wanna believe I can do it on my own without my heart on my sleeve. I'm running, catch up with me life. Where is the love that I'm looking to find? It's all in me, can't you see? Why can't you see? It's all in me, yeah.
You know what? I saw Musketeer yesterday.
How bad is it?
I imagine that the box office will drop off greatly for that this next week.
It was real bad?
It's awful.
Yeah, so I don't know. They're making a lot of bad movies.
And the sword scenes, you know, they got one of these, chopsaki guys to do the choreography of the sword fights. And it looks like one of those bad Chinese films where the guys are having a ridiculous fight where they run up and down ladders and the ladders tilt and all that stuff while they're in a bakery fighting over the restaurant. That's what it looks like, because there's sword fighting and the ladders are seesawing back and forth.
Right.
It really looks comical.
Well, let me tell you something. I don't know. The theory I have on why so many bad movies are being made is that there's a lot of bad movies that make tons of money.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
You know, when you got like those horrible Jackie Chan movies making a fortune, and you got like even lately
the Mummy movies.
The Mummy movies, and so people who make movies are like, you know what? I think if I make a bad movie, I'll make a lot of money. Even
George of the Jungle, all those Brendan Fraser movies.
Nobody knows what to make. So that's why so many bad movies are being made. Real quick phone call from Tommy, and then I got to take a break, and then we'll get going again. Tommy, yeah, go ahead.
Hey guys, what's up?
Hey.
You guys watch Monday Night Football last night?
I didn't, but I heard the Giants got creamed.
Yeah, they did. Too bad, but another horrible season of Dennis Miller. Jeez, when are they going to cut this guy with his vocabulary?
I think the reason that they're keeping Dennis Miller is the executives are embarrassed that they made the wrong decision, and they don't want to admit it.
Hey, you're 100% right. It makes Al Michaels look good too.
Yeah, I mean, Robin, that's got to be it. The guy who I think the guy who made the decision is, what the hell's that guy's name?
No, it was that other guy.
Omar?
Yeah, Don
Omar.
It was terrible last night. Every time he says something, the other guys don't even respond to him.
Oh, they don't. They let him just hang
Don't even
there.
say anything back to him.
Did you guys see Dan Deerdorf? He's a fat slob. He just lets himself hang out.
Dennis Miller isn't like in the right setting. He's a funny guy. The thing is that this is just not the venue for him. It's football. I want to hear experts talking when I watch football. I love the coverage on the tennis, for example. John McEnroe talking about tennis,
yeah.
and that broad, she's good too.
I forget her name.
Carrillo, right. Marianne Carrillo, something like that. See, that's good. I don't want to hear a guy making his lame jokes, especially these cerebral references that nobody gets. I mean, it's making him look bad. It's making ABC look bad. It's not adding to the ratings.
It detracts from the football.
Yeah, last night he said something about the vicissitudes of Denver. I don't know what the hell was going on.
And I think ABC doesn't want to admit they made a mistake. It's too embarrassing for them. I really believe that. It's like, hey, you know what?
But why would Dennis Miller continue? He doesn't mind the ridicule and the...
I think it's the first mainstream job Dennis Miller's ever had, and they're probably paying him a fortune.
Yeah, he goes from Bordella of Blood to Monday Night Football.
Yeah, I mean, look at Dennis Miller's career. He's been, he's that HBO show, and that's a good show,
Right.
whatever.
That
But
gives him a good buzz.
it doesn't pay a dime, though. HBO is infamously cheap. Miller's doing it because he had a failed talk show, and this is something he can do. He was doing movies like Bordello of Blood. I mean,
right.
the worst friggin' movies on the planet. I mean, the guy's career was over.
Him and Corey Feldman, right?
Yeah, this is a network job. They're probably paying him $500,000 at least, maybe $1 million. Who knows?
At least on Monday Night Football, we don't have to listen to him say babe. He ends everything with babe, like Sammy Davis Jr.
Well, let me tell you something. This is the best gig he's ever had, so of course he's going to stay with it. All right, I got to take a break. Thanks. When we come back, I'll get to everything, including a guy who's had the hiccups for a year. I read about this dude in the newspaper.
He really is still... I mean, how often does the hiccup
Oh, you'll hear
happen?
it. It happens every minute.
Really?
Yeah, it's over a year now, this guy.
Can't cure it.
Can't cure it. We'll be back right after these words.
You're listening to a man who farts when he's bored. Howard Stern. Boston's alternative WBCN Boston.
We're going to do a tribute to my late wife, who really is the great Martha Ray. How do you keep the song from fading too far? How do you lose yourself to someone?
Love that guy. Here's a guy named Brian Regan. You're going to like this guy.
I like watching fishing on TV. You ever? That'll make you worry about yourself. You ever watch fishing on TV for like 15 minutes and then just go, boy, I better get a life. I'm watching fishing. I'm not even fishing. I'm watching fishing. Too lazy to fish. I'm taping fishing. To watch again later. Come on over, I got a fishing tape. No, a new one. And at the end of the fishing show, they roll credits. There are like 90 people involved with the two guys fishing. What are they all doing? And one of the credits is film editor. This poor guy. He's got to watch all the footage that's not exciting enough to make it to that final show. That's got to be hell. He's got to sit there all day just going, no. That was just the worm when you put the worm.
Next to the Jackson family last night at the Michael Jackson concert. Is that right, Scott? How'd you get to do that?
A friend got me a comp, and I was in the seats on the very side. Were any of you at the concert the other night?
No.
Michael was right on the side of the stage. There was a whole section with like him and Liz Taylor, and I was in the exact same section, on the exact opposite side. I guess he wanted his family on the opposite side of the arena. So I'm sitting there, and a couple of funny things happened. Well, it's interesting because when I was sitting there, I didn't realize I was surrounded by his family members.
You're in the box with him.
No, I was in the box across the stage from him. There's like a box on the side of the stage left and the side of the stage right.
What's the difference? You were sitting near the Jackson family.
Right, but opposite Michael.
All right, what did you see?
Anyway, well, the way I found out I was sitting near the Jackson family was they were running videos between the performers, and they ran a video where Michael looks like a skeleton. It was some video called Dose, I think. And so I said to the woman next to me, I said, well, what do you think looks weirder, that, Michael and the skeleton up there or watching him across the way? And she said, do you realize, where you're sitting? And I said, what do you mean? He said, this whole section is Michael's family. So I said, sorry. And so there were all kind of like weird vibes for the rest of it.
You mean they don't realize that he looks peculiar?
Well, I said to her, I didn't mean anything bad. And she said, I think you just went a little too far with the surgery. And she's giving me like a weird look.
Yeah,
They realize he pays the bills is what they
like you're weird for noticing that he looks odd.
Exactly.
All right. About the guy paying the bills.
All right, thank you.
But I tell you, there's more that happened.
Well, what happened?
When Michael did Beat It and one of his other big songs, the whole back of his pants split and you could see his underwear. And so I think they were taping a lot. I guess they did pretty much the same show that they did, the other night, except Whitney Houston wasn't there and Brando wasn't there.
Right.
And but I know they couldn't use any of that footage because his pants split, and it was hilarious because anyone on the side of the stage could see it. I don't know if you could see it from the front. And two other funny things, because I had my binoculars, so I could see Michael's face directly across the thing, like for the entire show. He seemed incredibly bored with just about all the performers until they came over and were like, kissing his butt. Except for two, there was some kid who's like a 10-year-old little blonde boy singer named Tony Gilpin or something like that. He performed. He did like one of Michael's early ballads. He actually sang it pretty well, but Michael looked like he was going to shoot his you-know-what across the stage.
This is Billy Gilman he's probably talking about.
That little high-voiced kid?
That's perfect that he would be there.
Yeah, well, all I know is they had a party at Tavern on the Green, and Michael Jackson at the after party was like after Van Halen used to rock out with chicks. Michael Jackson, they say, was surrounded by about 6 10-year-old boys, white boys.
Yeah, after you do a nice tribute to yourself, you surround yourself with some kids.
Yeah.
Macaulay Culkin was with him also in the booth, and this is an interesting part. When the Gilpin kid was singing, Macaulay Culkin was nowhere to be found. It was a weird thing because it was like,
why?
It was like it almost was like Michael that wanted to be alone watching his new Macaulay. You know what I mean?
You might be reading too much into it, but who knows?
There's plenty to do.
This guy could be jealous. He's sitting with the Jackson family, and yet you needed binoculars. I would imagine you had close seats.
No, when I got there, I didn't realize I was going to get such a good seat. I brought binoculars thinking I wasn't going to have such good seats.
Yeah, that makes sense. Your story makes more sense than Gary Condit's. All right, thank you.
But there's more stuff too.
Oh, all right. So far it's been a real winner. Go ahead, yes.
The other time he really lit up was when a kid named Aaron Carter was on.
Right.
You know who he is?
Yeah, he's the little brother of the NSYNC guy.
He is horrible. He's like worse than NSYNC.
Everyone on that show is horrible. Liza Minnelli singing.
Liza Minnelli. It was the one good thing aside from Michael.
Once you go to a rock concert, see Liza Minnelli singing.
There was one good thing aside from Michael, which was Gladys Knight. She can still really sing.
But look at who shows up at this thing. Like, people are afraid to even be associated with him. Only freaks are his friends. Elizabeth Taylor is a freak. Marlon Brando is the biggest freak on the planet.
He got booed, too. Why did he get booed?
Because he was in the middle of the concert. They rolled him out on a chair. First, we got to understand something. The thing was so poorly produced that people were sitting around waiting 10, 15 minutes between sets. Because they were taping a TV show, you're paying $2,500 to watch them tape a TV show. Then all of a sudden, finally something happens. There's this big, bloated fat guy that nobody recognizes sitting in a chair.
Rolled out on a couch, not just a chair.
Yeah, on a couch. They roll him out, and he's staring at the audience, not saying anything.
All confrontation.
And then he goes,
I want to tell you, I waited 1 minute. I sat and stared at you for a minute because when this minute went by, there are 1,000 children around the world who had their feet hacked off. And you have to...
And he started, this is how we started talking. Yeah. Imagine you're sitting at a concert and this guy's talking about getting children's feet get hacked off.
You know, you just said a big fat guy was rolled out on a couch. I didn't know it was Dominic Barbara.
If they started pelting Brando with food, he would have probably been psyched
Well,
out.
he got
He probably
booed.
hoped they would
He
be
got
throwing
booed.
tomatoes at him.
Yeah, well, all I know is it was pretty bad, and it was just an god-awful show, so they started booing him. They're like, hey, shut up. Nobody wants to be here hearing about, who are you, Sally Struthers? So he's a freak. That's another friend of Michael Jackson's. And Liza Minnelli, who's the freakiest.
Macaulay Culkin.
Macaulay Culkin,
who's the godfather of his kids, Paris
I
and
know.
France.
And
What do
where
you
were
think of those
they
names,
at
Robin?
this concert?
What'd you say?
Paris and France.
Paris and France, head for the hills. If you were Paris and France, you'd head for the hills.
Hey, Howard, can I mention my website real quick?
Do you have to?
I'd like to.
All right.
Can we hear more of these stories on that?
Is there, what's on the website? Because you're a fascinating man. The way you weave a story is incredible.
It's at www.mediaattack.com.
And oh, never mind. All right.
Mediaattack.com.
What do I see on this website?
Well, you'll see, I don't know if you remember years ago, you actually you did 2 hours on one of my phone calls for the Larry King Show with Jesse Helms.
Oh, okay.
I'm the one who called him in. I congratulate him for everything he's done to help keep down then I said the N-word on the air.
Right.
And this is about 6 years ago. You guys did 2 hours on the show and had me on about it.
Really?
Remember?
I would love to hear that again. I don't remember it.
There's a lot of good stuff. It's me attacking politicians in person and calling them on shows like Bill Clinton and Newt Gingrich and Harrison Ford, celebrities.
All right. Mediaattack.com. Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, I was thinking that they should have strung a net right at the door of Madison Square Garden after, while the concert was going on and then catch everybody in it as they try to leave because they've all got problems.
Crazy Cabbie and Angry Black had a fight here on the show, if you remember, a couple of months ago. How could you forget? And one of the things Angry Black got out of it was the opportunity to do a radio show here on our station. He wants to go into radio. So they let him do a disc jockey shift here at the station. And I got to tell you, it proves my point that anybody with zero skills can be a disc jockey. Because I was listening to the tape, he sounds as good as any of the other jocks.
Is that right?
Yeah, he's fine.
And he just started doing this.
This was his first air shift ever.
You're telling me he sounded as good as the guys who are here all the time?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. That's exactly what I'm telling you.
Darn.
Now listen to this.
Mr. Down with the Sickness, Shelly Angry Black with you. Yeah, that's right. The naysayer said I wasn't going to be here, but I'm here, people. Here's Godsmack, K-Rock.
I mean, that's what all the other dudes do. That wasn't bad, right?
No, it's not. It's certainly better than some of the college-level stuff I've ever heard.
Yeah. Sounds good to me. Here's another break.
Now this one dedicated to all of you them who out there and know to say nice things to them girls. Treat her like diamonds and pearls. Dedicated to all the girls around the world. Now this is Raven and Shaggy with a combination with your miss. Flip this one on your musical disc.
Girl, you're my angel. You're my darling angel. Closer than my peeps you are to me, baby. Shorty, you're my angel. You're my darling angel. Girl, you're my friend when I'm in need, baby.
Life is one big party when you're still young, but who's gonna have your back when it's all done? It's all good when you live for your pure fun. Can't be a fool, son. What about the long run? Looking back, shorty, always a mention. Say me not giving her much attention. She was there through my incarceration. I wanna show the nation my appreciation.
Girl, you're my angel. You're my darling angel. Closer than my peeps you are to me, baby. Shorty, you're my angel. You're my darling angel. Girl, you're my friend when I'm in need.
and that's how you should be treated. Though you never get the loving that you needed. To the left, but I call and you heeded. Begged and I pleaded, mission completed. And I said that I this the program. Not the type to mess around with your emotion. But the feeling that I have for you is so strong. Been together so long and this could never be wrong.
Girl, you're my angel, you're my darling angel. Closer than my peeps, you are to me, baby. Shorty, you're my angel, you're my darling angel. Girl, you're my friend when I'm in need, baby.
Girl, instead of my behavior, say I'm a savior.
You must be sent from up above.
And you appear to me so tender. Say, girl, I surrender.
Thanks for giving me your love.
Girl, in spite of my behavior, you are my savior.
You must be sent from up above.
And you appear to me so tender. Well, girl, I surrender.
So thanks for giving me your love.
Our life is one big party when you're still young. And who's gonna have your back when it's all done? It's all good when you live for your pure fun. Can't be a fool, son. What about the long run? Looking back, shorty, always a mention. Say me not giving her much attention. She was there through my incarceration. I wanna show the nation my appreciation.
Girl, you're my angel, you're my darling angel. Closer than my peeps, you are to me, baby. Shorty, you're my angel, you're my darling angel. Girl, you're my friend when I'm in need, baby. Girl, you're my angel, you're my darling angel. Closer than my peeps, you are to me, baby. Shorty, you're my angel, you're my darling angel. Girl, you're my friend when I'm in need, baby.
Now's the best time to join America Online. Plug it in and you go. Because now you can try AOL and get our best off forever. 1,000 hours of AOL free for 45 days. You don't need a credit card. Call 1-877-265-0200 to get everything AOL offers. You've got mail.
I've got mail. I love when an instant message pops up.
Customer service is always there to help.
To get online in minutes plus 1,000 free hours, call 1-877-265-0200. Operators are standing by.
If we could do it, anyone can.
America Online. So easy to use, no wonder it's #1.
We're talking about another comeback today as well in the political circles. Big news coming out of North Carolina. Elizabeth Dole is expected to announce she's running for the Senate seat being vacated by Jesse Helms. So let's go to CNN senior political analyst Bill Schneider for some insights on a Dole candidacy. Good morning, Bill.
Good morning.
All right, so she's going to make it official this afternoon. Elizabeth Dole going home to Salisbury, North Carolina to officially announce. By her going back to Salisbury, her re-registering, her putting her voter registration in North Carolina, does this eliminate the carpetbagger issue, do you think?
Well, it doesn't entirely eliminate it, but look, she was born and raised in North Carolina, lived there a lot of her life. She went to Duke University. Now, she has lived in Kansas and most of the time in Washington for the last 3 decades, but I think North Carolinians recognize her as a native North Carolinian, unlike, say, Hillary Rodham Clinton, who, when she moved to New York, had never lived or worked there before.
Has she had that conversation yet with Senator Jesse Helms? Does she have his support?
I don't think he's explicitly given her his support, but she has indicated that she is interested in running for his seat. There is at least one other important contender in the Republican primary race in North Carolina, Richard Vinroot, the former mayor of Charlotte, who has run for governor unsuccessfully twice, so he's known statewide. At this point, it's not clear what Jesse Helms is going to do, but one thing is very clear, and that's that the Republican National Committee was pleased and delighted to see Elizabeth Dole run. because she's a celebrity, and they want the Republicans to hold on to this seat.
Yeah, and very charming. People who have met her in person know how persuasive she can be.
I don't know, dude. I would just do her. What,
Yeah, but if I fail, she's gonna be like, dude, you suck.
So what?
She's a virgin. What's she gonna weigh you?
She doesn't know anything.
Tell her you were great.
You want to know what I would do if I was you?
What?
And I swear I'm not joking, and everyone's going to laugh when I say this. You do it with the lights down low. Keep a corn cob next to you.
Oh.
I'm not kidding.
This is Brooke Burke from the Entertainment Television's Wild On Show with an official Wild On Bud party update. Now that the Wild On Show and Budweiser have teamed up to create Wild On Bud, there's been an epidemic of severe parties sweeping through the area. I'm at the scene of one of these Wild On Bud party zones where incredible music isn't the only thing that's in the air. We're playing all kinds of wild party games, and let's just say there's going to be a lot of scoring, if you know what I mean. And speaking of getting lucky, some of these partiers can be headed off to Las Vegas with me for the ultimate party weekend at the Wild On Bud finale. So look for Wild On Bud the next time you're enjoying a cold, refreshing Budweiser at your favorite bars and nightclubs. It might be the only time that partying like a rock star can give you the chance to party with your favorite rock stars.
No purchase necessary. Must be U.S. resident, 21 years or older. Void where prohibited. For 2001 Wild On Bud sweepstakes rules, go to eonline.com or budweiser.com. Promotion ends October 28th. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Consumers now are at their best advantage to borrow money on their home.
American Equity Mortgage founder Ray Vinson says right now is the perfect time to consolidate.
With consolidating your debts, we can do that right now. We can do it over the phone, and it's going to save you money.
Perfect or less than perfect credit. Consolidate or refinance immediately.
We have so many different sets of underwriting guidelines that are pigeonholes, as I like to refer to them. If they don't fit in pigeonhole 1, we'll put them in pigeonhole 2. Most other lending or financial institutions, when they go in, they only have one pigeonhole. If you don't fit into that one, you don't fit at all.
American Equity Mortgage is approving 9 of 10 homeowners.
We do it fast, we do it easy, we know what we're doing. We're the best at it. Call now, 888-71-LOAN-1.
American Equity Mortgage, the future belongs to you.
888-71-LOAN-1. 888-71-LOAN, then the number 1. Open evenings till 8.
See our ad in your Ameritech Yellow Pages.
Hi, it's Judy Daniels from The Riff. Possibly you're driving around right now looking for a cool place to hang out. You know, your very own personal hang, someplace comfy, never uptight, where you can be on a first-name basis with a whole staff. So listen up. Michael Abrams and his staff at Snookers Pool and Pub want you to know they have your place. Snookers Pool and Pub, your great place for good times. Snookers is a great place for private parties if you have 10 or 300 people entertained. Snookers is able to meet all your party needs. So just take it from me, Judy Daniels. I've been there. I've hosted a few Riff Pool challenges at Snookers. I know how comfortable it is. Snookers is clean, the atmosphere is fun and relaxing, and they make every customer feel right at home. And this means you too. So quit searching for your home away from home, because you've got it all at Snookers Pool and Pub. Your place to enjoy great food, drinks, sports, and friends 7 days a week. Snookers Pool and Pub. They have 4 Metro Detroit locations in Livonia, Utica, Royal Oak, and East Point. And by the way, make sure you visit McVee's in Southfield for a great lunch or dinner anytime and live entertainment on Saturday nights. Snookers Pool and Pub and McVee's. Your great places for good times.
Jeffrey Nissan, Roseville's volume leader, wants you to take advantage. Right now, buy a new 2001 Nissan Sentra GXE with automatic, air, power windows, doors, cruise, AM, FM, and CD player for only $13,399. Or get 3.9% APR financing for 36 months. Lease it for just $199 a month for 39 months. $999 due at lease inception. The Sentra GXE at Jeffrey is priced $1,000 less than Honda Civic LX 4-Speed. Has a 2-year longer powertrain warranty, 11 more horsepower, and is longer, has more front headroom, hip room, and rear shoulder room. It also has great fuel economy, boasting 26 city and 33 highway. So take advantage of Jeffrey and head to Gratiot and 13 Mile in Roseville for great selection, pricing, and service on the Nissan Sentra. For details, call 810-296-1300 or on the web, it's jeffreyauto.com. It's always worth going to the dealer worth knowing. Jeffrey.
Yeah, Lou.
How about this one over here? It's the color of cheddar cheese on top of the Wendy's taco salad.
I'm not buying a yellow car.
Wendy's presents some food for thought.
Okay, about this brown one? It looks like the beans and the rich and meaty chili on a Wendy's taco salad.
No.
Okay, how about this green one?
What does it remind you of lettuce?
Kinda. Oh, and I'll go with leather over cloth.
Why is that?
Well, if a little rich and meaty chili dribbled off your chin, it'd be easier to clean off this leather.
Hi, this is Dave Thomas. Come in for Wendy's taco salad. It's a salad with some meat to it.
Hey, Al.
What's up, Blue?
You know, it's nice to have something that you can count on.
What can I say? I'm a giver.
Wendy's presents some food for thought.
I was talking about Wendy's 99-cent super value menu, Al.
Oh.
For 10 years, Dave Thomas has offered 99-cent junior bacon cheeseburgers, Frosties, and side salads. I mean, do you have a Caesar side salad for 99 cents every day?
Not on me.
Go ahead, laugh.
Wendy's 99-cent super value menu with delicious choices made fresh. It's there for you.
Oh, hey, guess what? I got the job in HR I was after.
That's great. I knew good things would happen when you got your degree.
Well, it could happen for you, too. Why don't you go to Central Michigan University like I did?
Wait a minute. You drove to Central Michigan University in Mount Pleasant?
No. I took evening and weekend classes locally at Central Michigan University. They have centers all around the area. Clinton Township, Livonia, Southfield, Warren, Troy, Dearborn, and Auburn Hills. I could always find the class I needed at a CMU center nearby. I finished all my classes faster, too, because CMU has 8-week terms.
Really? If I could do it locally, work it around my job, and still have time for my family, I could make it happen too.
Central Michigan University specializes in bachelor's and master's degrees for working adults. You get evening and weekend classes, 7 local centers, great instructors, even home delivery of textbooks and library materials. New term begins October 25th. Call 888-299-5899. That's 888-299-5899. Central Michigan University. We're centered on your success.
Information technology professionals, it's time for the event you've been waiting for, the WRIF Computer Career Fair. The WRIF Computer Career Fair is on Tuesday, September 25th at the Northfield Hilton in Troy. More than 30 of Detroit's top companies will be there, looking for qualified, experienced computer and information technology professionals of all types.
Meet representatives from Kmart, SequoiaNet.com, Visteon, CDI, Decision Consultants, Great Lakes Technologies Group, and dozens more.
Just bring 40 copies of your resume to the WRIF Computer Career Fair, Tuesday, September 25th from 11 a.m. until 7 p.m. at the Northfield Hilton in Troy. For more info, check out MetroDetroitCareers.com. That's www.MetroDetroitCareers.com. Or call the Job Fair hotline at 313-340-3400. That's 313-340-3400. 313-340-3400.
Trying to find a tasty cheeseburger? At Burger King, it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Now getting a juicy flame-broiled cheeseburger can't get any easier, because a delicious single is now just 49 cents. You can get a mouth-watering double for 99 cents and a tantalizing triple for only $1.49. Now, for a limited time, get a single, double, or triple. It's that easy. Burger King. Have it your way. Price and participation may vary.
I think I've already lost you. I think you're already gone. I think I'm finally scared now. You think I'm weak. I think you're wrong. I think you're already leaving. Feels like your hand is on the door. I thought this place was an empire. Now I'm relaxed, I can't be sure. And I think you're so mean, I think we should try. I think I can need this in my life. And I think I'm scared, I think too much. I know it's wrong, it's a problem I'm feeling. If you're gone, maybe it's time to come home. There's an awful lot of breathing room, but I can hardly move. If you're gone, baby, you need to come home. Come home. There's a little bit of something me in everything in you. I bet you're hard to get over. I bet the room just won't shine. I bet my hands I can stay here. And I bet you need more than you mind.
think you're so mean. I think we should try. I think I could need this in my life, but I think I'm just scared that I know too much. I can't relate, and that's a problem I'm feeling. If you're gone, maybe it's time to come home. There's an awful lot of breathing room, but I can hardly move. If you're gone, baby, you need to come home. Come home. There's a little bit of something me and everything in you. So mean, I think we should try. I think I could need this in my life, and I think I'm scared. Do I talk too much? I know it's wrong, it's a problem now, even if you're gone. And maybe it's time to come home. Well, there's an awful lot of breathing room, but I can hardly move. Yeah, well, if you're gone, hell, baby, you need to come home. You can come home. There's a little bit of something in everything in you. Something, everything in something. Let me tell y'all what it's like being male, middle class, and white. It's a bitch if you don't believe. Listen up to my new CD, Sham On. I got running through my brain, so intense that I can't explain. All alone in my white boy pain, shake your booty while the band complains. I'm rocking the suburbs, it's just like Michael Jackson did. I'm rocking the suburbs, except that he was talented. I'm rocking the suburbs, I take the checks and face the facts. The song producer with computers mixes all my tracks. I'm pissed off, but I'm too polite. When people breaking the McDonald's line, Mom and Dad, you made me so uptight. Gonna cuss on the mic tonight. I don't know how much I can take. Girl, give me something I can break. I'm rocking the suburbs, just like Quiet Riot did. I'm rocking the suburbs, except that they were talented. I'm rocking the suburbs, I take the checks and face the facts. The song producer with computers. In a haze these days, I pull up to the stoplight. I can feel that something's not right. I can feel someone's blasting me with hate and bass, sending dirty vibes my way. 'Cause my great-great-great-great-granddad was someone's great-great-great-great-granddaddy's slaves. It wasn't my idea, never was my idea. I just drove to the store, because I'm gonna say so. You better look out because I'm gonna say. You better look out because I'm gonna say.
With EnerX, you'll feel the increased energy within minutes and with no chemicals. We're so sure you and your mate will be completely satisfied. We'll offer you a 30-day, no questions asked, full refund. EnerX stimulates sexual energy by expanding the blood vessels, causing increased blood flow to specific areas of the body. Unleash the power of EnerX now.
Call 1-800-367-3614 toll-free, and it will be delivered discreetly to your home. Get results using the safe, all-natural alternative, EnerX.
Larry King Live, tonight, 9 Eastern on CNN.
It's that time of year again. Fashion designers all gathering in New York to show their next lines up, and they've been strutting their stuff in New York.
They sure have. But as CNN's Jeannie Mose reports, some of the most interesting fashions aren't in the shows themselves, but rather outside.
It's another eye-popping fashion week, and you don't have to be a happy camper to flock to these tents.
Flawless.
Well, maybe not flawless. It's not just the models who have their eyebrows done. Your eyebrows are mesmerizing in this color.
Yeah, well, I'm playing for the fashion crowd.
Who isn't? You can bet almost everyone who comes to the shows thinks long and hard about what to wear.
It's all stuff from the 50s, including the glasses.
And though the most unusual outfits are reserved for the runway, some looks make you want to run away.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
He wouldn't talk, but young designers hoping to make it big are only too happy to say a few words.
The name of the line is called Chan Paul, okay, in one word, and my name is Paul Chan.
Paul Chan says Chan Paul looks good as a logo. Entrance to the shows is by invitation only.
I didn't get in.
But Kim Cattrall did. The actress from Sex and the City was all smiles at the Patricia Field show. Pat Field is the stylist for Sex and the City, so maybe someday we'll see Cattrall's character in one-legged trousers with leg irons. We understand why the editor of Vogue attends the shows, but an editor from National Geographic, the magazine, has done a fashion book.
This is fashion around the world and fashion through time.
Read about outfits made of reeds, or South Pacific Islanders wearing fish, or this towering turban from Burkina Faso. A former UN diplomat wears different outfits with the same theme throughout Fashion Week. Zebras one day, stripes the next.
I have a veritable zoo in my closet. You name it, I have it.
In one sense, fashion has reached new lows.
Yeah, they're Brazilian. It's like the latest trend. I've got lower ones, but I didn't want to scare the New Yorker.
I mean, these are really low jeans.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you have to practically shave.
Yeah.
You have to shave?
Yeah.
But not the guy in the low riders with the lace-up fly.
No, I don't have that hairy problem. The laces go on the shoes, not on the crotch.
You're never too young to be fashionable. Let's see whose shorts you got on. Oh, Ralph Lauren, nice, very nice. Some guys like to let the band of their underwear show.
That's his own little fashion trend because it's his diaper, it's not underwear.
Lo and behold. Jeannie Mose, CNN, New York.
Well, now that Jeannie has hit below the belt this morning, we're going to have CNN's Gail O'Neill, former model. She's going to be reporting on the ins and outs of Fashion Week in the next hour.
We love fashion. We love serving you. CNN Live at Daybreak continues right now.
It's been a while since I could hold my head up high, and it's been a while since I first saw you, and it's been a while since I can stand on my own 2 feet again, and it's been a while since I could call you. Everything I can say that I wasn't addicted, and it's been a while since I couldn't say I loved myself as well. And it's been a while since I've gone and fucked things up just like I always do. And it's been a while, but all that shit seems to disappear when I'm with you. And everything I can't remember, it's fucked up as it all may seem. The consequences that I've rendered, I'm gonna fuck things up again. Why must I feel this way? Just make this go away. Just one more peaceful day. It's been a while since I could look at myself straight, and it's been a while since I said I'm sorry. And it's been a while since I've seen the way the candles light your face. And it's been a while, but I can still remember just the way you taste. And everything I can't remember, it's fucked up as it all may seem to me. I know it's me. I cannot blame this on my father. He did the best he could for me. It's been a while.
Then they go through this litany of other people who have been lethally injected, and in some ways the drugs didn't come out the way they were supposed to, and it caused them to suffer all kinds of pain, struggle, and suffering and such.
Blah, blah,
Here
blah.
and here all of us are thinking that it's a nice, humane way to dispose of the world's worst killers.
Well, hey, I prefer the electric chair myself. That's fine with me.
Yeah, they don't anesthetize you at all. And then there are some who are reading that article and they're getting off. It's like, great. He suffered. He should have.
It doesn't bother me a bit.
Mariah Carey could be out of the psych ward in Los Angeles pretty soon, coincidentally in time to maybe debut her movie Glitter. The CD is out today. Of the movie, some critics say, get ready, because it's a stinker.
Did you see, I was reading that, what's our quarterly crisis or whatever, the poor 25-year-olds who are so sad?
Oh, yeah. Quarter of a century, yeah.
Do you see the picture of Whitney Houston at the Michael Jackson deal?
Yeah, that's what I was getting to next, is how she looks emaciated. And
she looks really terrible.
She is Skeletor now.
So this is one of these unique situations that you would never be exposed to 20 years ago. Now, when someone is in the throes of whatever they're into, and in her case, the Enquirer, did a front page story and a huge piece, and I know they're going, who's going to Enquirer, about Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown's humongous cocaine habit, which I think they were implying had morphed into something worse, like speedballs or shooting or crack, or not just like your basic garden variety recreational cocaine users. In fact, they said that they had. Do you remember, Mark? They had snorted something like $750,000 worth of coke in the last 5 years, or some incredible amount.
Whoa!
Like that, and then they've done follow-up stories, and they did stories before that. So here they are chronicling the party antics of this couple, and Bobby Brown's been in so much trouble. Here and there. He's always been in jail.
Yeah.
He served a little time.
Yeah.
And so she She then missed what was she kicked out of? The Oscar performance? Was she supposed to sing?
Right.
Was that the Grammys or something?
She's too out of it.
She was way out of it. She couldn't even sing.
Oh, she's not even doing her best.
And now she shows up at this Michael Jackson thing. The talk of the recording industry is what, is going on with her appearance. Well, from what we're hearing in the tabloids, it would make a lot of sense that she would be emaciated and in some kind of terrible health. But 20 years ago, you'd never hear about this. It would just sort of happen and people might quietly whisper. But now, the tabloids literally chronicling what's going on with this
while it's happening.
Celebrity. Yeah, while it's happening. It's bizarre. And she hasn't even been arrested.
Well, they tried to, remember?
Yeah, but I mean, she really hasn't been in any trouble.
I don't know about that. She seems like she's been in a lot of trouble.
Well, he's been.
The arrest in Hawaii for possession.
Oh, yeah, the pot thing. But she didn't get arrested. Remember, she just got off the plane and said, well, I know, you don't arrest me. I'm Whitney Houston.
I know.
And you're right.
They say that she has stress because of family matters, and she doesn't eat.
Yeah, the family doesn't like all the drugs they're doing.
Then Whitney was a no-show at the second Jackson thing last night.
Oh, well, you know why she didn't show up last night.
Why?
Well, that first one sounded like a disaster.
Really? You thought she sounded bad? Because I thought she...
No, I mean, the way the crowd just was appalled, I guess, at how bad this thing was.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson was an hour late. He shows up into his special box with Elizabeth Taylor and... Who else? Macaulay Culkin.
Who's smoking.
Of course he's smoking, Trudy.
What's the talk of the town?
He chain smokes. He's been smoking since he was 13.
Little Home Alone kid. Oh.
And then somebody performed a couple of songs, and then Marlon Brando goes on stage, and he goes off. You were describing yesterday. He went into this long dissertation about kids who are being beaten and tortured.
Murdered, yeah.
And when the crowd starts booing him, he says, well, it could be your kids. And then the crowd started cheering.
Listen, why don't you stop talking about things that don't matter here?
And they had to wheel him on.
Yeah, I guess there were some really...
on a couch.
Dubious performances. And the Jacksons performed for 20 minutes.
Oh, and then he got to do his own solo thing?
Oh, did he?
Didn't he?
I don't know. I just read that it was supposed to be a Jackson 5 reunion.
Well, I'm figuring that
people were being charged $2,500 for a ticket, and they performed for 20 minutes, and then was he collapsing, or he was unable to continue, or what the hell happened?
What filled out the rest of 5 hours then?
Other people doing his songs and people speaking, and when there were gaps in the concert, I guess they would run endless highlight clip loops of him, moonwalking and dancing and saying "I love you."
Ooh, Billy Gilman was back though.
Yeah, Billy Gilman was there.
Yeah, he was doing so well at the Friday show. Well, you know what? He's not on anything yet. Yeah, he's not like Macaulay.
God, I wish I'd known that. I would have spent $2,500 just to de-pants that punk. And Jackson would have got off. Jackson would have called off the security guards. No, let him do it. He's de-pantsing. Let that not do it.
You're talking about how weird Whitney is.
Love you, Billy.
Picture Gary Oldman, and what if you were married to Gary Oldman, if you were a woman and married to him because of some of the really disturbing roles he's played, including Mason Verger from Hannibal.
Yeah, wow.
Keep that face in mind, and then imagine him bombed out of his mind. His wife says she's filing for divorce because he throttled her and then smacked her upside the head when she tried to dial 911. Apparently, this was one of the last straws, too. He'd had some other problems that she cites as irreconcilable differences. For one thing, he would go on a bender for a weekend where he'd spend $18,000 partying in hotels. His diet was several bottles of vodka and whiskey and wine per day. And then hookers and drugs.
Well, Ed Kowalczyk had a good time with him.
Yeah.
He said he just met him and they hung out, didn't he? But Gary, there was a classic tabloid piece on him a few years ago being arrested for drunk driving, and there just happened to be a photographer right there, I guess, who pulled over like, I wonder who this is. Oh, it's Gary Oldman. Took these pictures of him. He was bombed.
Oh, well.
Oh, was he out of it.
He and this wife of his met at an AA meeting.
Oh, great place to meet your wife.
I know, and then, marry the psycho.
Mm-hmm.
7.0, looking at life through the eyes of a tire hub. Eating seeds is a pastime activity. The toxicity of our city, Yo! What are you on the wall? How do you on disorder? No! Somewhere between the sacred silence and sleep. Somewhere between the sacred silence and sleep. Disorder.
Former Senator John Glenn is a spokesman for the project, and he's in Washington and joins us now. Good morning, sir. Great to have you.
Good morning. Glad to be with you.
It's interesting to me how you came to be a part of this project. It goes back to your childhood when you were a visitor to our nation's capital. Can you tell us about that?
Well, it does. You know, when I was about 8 years old, I remember our first visit to Washington. I can remember to this day, that's been many years ago now, and I remember to this day, though, walking into that Capitol and looking up at the rotunda and then visiting each of the two chambers, the House and the Senate, and what an impression it made on me as a young kid, and I think it affected somewhat my whole attitude toward government. I won't say that led me into the paths of where I went later on, but it certainly gave me an awareness and an appreciation for the Capitol and for our country. And I think the 4 million visitors that come here to the Capitol each year deserve much better than to stand out in the rain and the cold and line up across the East Plaza out there. And this rendering that we see here, the artist's conception, is what this will eventually look like. You'll have a visitor center in here. They can enter under here. There'll be movies and artifacts and things like that will be available. It'll be three things really: educational, number one, for the kids coming in there, and inspirational. And I don't underrate that. I think that's a very important part of this whole thing. And number three, it provides far better security, so we don't have some of these incidents like we had where some of the policemen got killed here a few years ago.
Right, and there certainly are safety issues involved, and I know that there's not only long lines and long waiting and heat for many elderly people, but can you talk about the safety issues as well?
Well, the safety issues are a very important one because this will give a more controlled flow than just having people milling around out here on the East Plaza that we have here right now. There'll be entryways in here that you can go into the Capitol, into the House or the Senate chamber over here. And also another factor, you know, we're a focal point of the whole world. The Capitol building is a symbol of our democracy. We have many foreign visitors come here from all over the world, and most of them want to visit the Capitol. This is a far more impressive and far better way, I think, of taking care of all the visitors, foreign and our own people here as well.
Senator Glenn, how much money is needed for this project, and where will this money come from?
Well, Congress appropriated $100 million. The whole thing is estimated to cost about $265 million. There have been about 35 pledged from corporations so far. We hope to raise $100 million from the rest of that $100 million from private sources, and that's what this drive is all about. We hope everybody can participate in this. It's everybody should. You know, there's a precedent for this also. I might have preferred myself to see a Congress just appropriate the money and do it. But we have a history. For instance, just a few years ago when they wanted to refurbish the statue on top of the Capitol, that was all done with private funds. So there is some precedent for this.
Senator Glenn, do you feel that Washington, D.C. is the tourist attraction, or maybe the tourist mecca, that it should be?
Well, no. Well, I think it is probably the biggest single tourist attraction in this country. Every family, you know, we have polls that show that I think it's like 3/4 of the people.
Rain was just too heavy, says Heather Nabozny, about all the tarp problems over the weekend at Comerica Park. I think it sounds to me like they were a little understaffed, but we'll see. Tigers losing last night to the Twins 3-2. Who cares?
Oh, God, yes. Who cares is right.
Seattle's magic number is down to 2. Freddie Garcia 16-5 after firing a 3-hitter over 8 shutout innings in the Mariners' 5th straight win, 5-1 over Anaheim. Oakland won their 8th straight. Their 8th wild card, or the magic number rather, is 8 for the wild card. Barry Zito getting last night's win. Cubs and St. Louis winning. They're both in the wild card chase. Michael Jordan back with Washington. He says he's to play a number of years. How can he play a number of years? He's almost 39.
Well,
I mean, unless he's willing to play at a far lower level.
I mean, he's an extraordinary person, but
that'll do it for sports.
They just can't stay away.
We'll come back with our world traveler in just a minute. Why don't we do our MSU commercial? The Western Michigan riots, and clearly these Kalamazoo folks have got to learn something from the Spartans when it comes to setting bonfires or whatever it is.
So the idea was to compare my reactions to going into space again with the younger people, with the objective of seeing if we can't find out what turns these systems on and off in the human body. And we're making strides in that area too, and the idea being not only to permit longer-term space flight, but also to take away some of the frailties of old age right here on Earth. That's exciting to think that maybe we opened the door for some things like that. And so the experiments are going on. I'm hoping they'll put more people up there in my age bracket so we have a database in a few years, it means a lot more than just a database of one, which is me right now.
Well, back to the project now, and anyone can get involved. The website, www.capitalvisitorcenter.org. Senator John Glenn, a pleasure. Great talking with you. Best of luck with the project, sir.
Good to see you. Good to talk to you. Thank you.
Good to talk to you. Thank you.
God, he's in great shape, isn't he?
I'll tell you, he's a legend.
Looking good.
Looking good.
All right, we're going to take another look at another cool science story. Picture this, a massive hurricane, and towns are forced to evacuate.
The problem is there's too much traffic for the roads to handle. Gridlocked on the escape route.
And who, or maybe it's what, is walking down the runway this spring? We're going to give you a look at the latest fashions when we return.
The heart is a balloon, shoots up through the stony ground. There's no room, no space to rent in this town. You're out of luck, and the reason that you had to care, the traffic is stuck, and you're not moving anywhere. You thought you found a friend to take you out of this place, someone you could lend a hand in return for grace. It's a beautiful day. Sky falls, you feel like it's a beautiful day. So let it get away. You're on the road, but you got no destination. You're in the mud, in a maze of her imagination. Your love is down, even if that doesn't ring true. You've been all over, and it's been all over you. It's a beautiful day, so let it get away. It's a beautiful day. Touch me, take me to that other place. Teach me, I know I'm not a hopeless case. See the world in green and blue. See China right in front of you. See the canyons broken by cloud. See the tuna fleets clearing the sea out. See the bedwind fires at night. See the oil fields at first light. And see the bird with a leaf in her mouth. After the flood, all the colors came out. It was a beautiful day, so let it get away. Beautiful day. Touch me, take me to that other place. It's me.
We have some planes. Stay quiet and you'll be okay. We're turning to the airport. If you try to make any move,
Every year, thousands of busy professionals just like you earn their college degree at University of Phoenix.
I earn my degree in about 2 years, and I still had time for my job and family.
Attending class at times and places that fit their schedule. They're earning their bachelor's or master's degree in just 2 to 3 years, and they're gaining the knowledge and credentials they need to excel in their careers.
Even before I graduated, I was promoted because of the skills I acquired at University of Phoenix.
With more than 90 campuses and learning centers, University of Phoenix is the nation's largest private accredited university. We offer leading-edge degree programs in technology, business, education, nursing, and management.
University of Phoenix was the best career decision I could have made.
The University of Phoenix has campus locations in Livonia, Troy, and Southfield. Degree and certificate programs include business, healthcare, education, and criminal justice.
Get ready for the second coming of Air Jordan. Michael Jordan has all but confirmed his return to the NBA, but says the final decision won't come until the middle of next week. Bulls rookie Sean Lampy says go for it.
I think it'll be good business for the NBA.
And Marty Burns of CNNSI.com says it would be a much-needed shot in the arm for the Washington Wizards.
He knows that the Wizards aren't maybe a championship caliber team, and he said to us, maybe making the playoffs is a form of winning, just like winning a championship would be.
Jordan seems prepared to divest himself as part owner of the Wizards in exchange for a return to the court, saying, I'm doing it for the love of the game. Alice Stockton Rossini, 1010 Wins News. Wins News Time 8:31. Let's get an update now on traffic and transit, sponsored by Dwayne Reed, New York's #1 drugstore. We're winning out there on the roads in Rail Street, Dorio.
Another losing battle on the Cross Bronx today, Judy, from about at least Bronx River Parkway down to the George Washington Bridge. Eastbound side is also very heavy off of George out to Jerome, driving into the Sun Glare. The Major Deacon is going to be heavy coming down out of the 230s down to Yankee Stadium, and everybody and their kid brother diverted over to the Sawmill Henry Hudson today, so that too is very heavy from the Cross County Parkway all the way down the line to the tolls. We're also getting report of an accident now in Westchester on Route 287 eastbound at exit 4S for southbound 87. Another collision on the Bronx River Parkway southbound at the Cross County Parkway in Yonkers. 45 minutes on the city-bound GWB, 30 minutes, it's 45 on the Lincoln Tunnel, 25 to 30 on the GWB, and about half an hour for the city-bound Holland. They're still working on an accident on the Jersey Turnpike eastbound Newark Bay Extension, which is hanging up that traffic en route to the Holland Tunnel as well. At the 1010 Winds Transit Desk, there are no reported delays and alternate side parking's in effect. I'm Pete Torriello, Shadow Traffic on 1010 Winds.
And now your exclusive 1010 Winds AccuWeather forecast. Delightful with a capital D. Here's meteorologist Elliot Abrams and his live report.
Definitely. It's going to be this way all day. Sunshine, the high temperature 80. Tonight, clear and decidedly cool. 60 in Midtown, 52 in some suburbs. Tomorrow, another delightful day. Sunny and very nice. High 78. Then as a cold front approaches during the day, Thursday could be a brief shower. The high 76 degrees. And Friday, a decline in temperature. Partly sunny, breezy, and cooler. High 68. Then Saturday, mostly sunny, breezy, and cool. A delight if you like cool weather. High 68. Currently winds out of the northwest at 4 miles per hour. The relative humidity is 70%. It's 64 degrees in Paramus, 66 degrees in Newark, 67 in Midtown, and heading to 80. AccuWeather Watch never stops. I'm meteorologist Elliot Abrams on New York's weather station, 1010 Winds.
Winds News Time, 8:33.
To celebrate the second anniversary of our Dollar Rewards Club, Dwayne Reed is offering extra bonus discounts. Yeah, that's right. Spend $75 or more during September, and depending on how much, you'll get coupons for 5 to 20% off your next purchase. And don't forget to get yourself some Markel paper towels. You'll find them in colorful new print designs that are quilted for a softer feel. And you know what? They're even more absorbent than ever. With your Dollar Rewards Club card, they're just 66 cents a roll. That's a great price. Get some Markel Soft Pack 2-ply bathroom tissue, too. It's the bathroom tissue that's quilted for a softer, more absorbent feel. It's now just 99 cents, and that's another great price at Dwayne Reed, New York's #1 drugstore.
News Time, 8:34. There's a scramble to recall some books handed out to New York City schools as part of a third-grade reading program and paid for by Mayor Giuliani's Classroom Library Initiative. Included in the readings is a poetry collection by Maya Angelou called I Shall Not Be Moved that has apparently been a poem about childhood incest. Shocked teachers and parents immediately alerted the Board of Ed, and the recall is underway. Columbia University professor Lucky Calkins, who compiled the reading list, is taking blame for the mistake. She says there was a clerical error. What was intended was a work called We Shall Not Be Moved, about by Joan Dash, about a 1909 women's factory strike. More charges have been brought against jailed Waterbury Mayor Philip Giordano. Waterbury prosecutor John Connolly says the charges are in addition to the federal prosecution, and they accuse Giordano of sexually assaulting 2 children.
Their case is a political corruption case. Our case is a sexual assault of 2 young girls. They're different investigations because we're looking at different things.
Philip Giordano continues to be held without bail on federal charges involving sexual activity with a minor. He's expected to face arraignment later this week on the state charges. Wins News Time 8:35.
Pioneer Food Stores is celebrating its 57th year of serving your community and wants to continue to be your supermarket. Catering to you and your family's needs is something they specialize in. The employees at Pioneer pride themselves with the best quality, freshness, lowest prices, and most outstanding customer service in the entire metropolitan area. For your family gatherings, parties, or any occasion, let them help you. To help celebrate 57 years in your community, check out some of this week's specials. Wesson Oil, 1-gallon container, $2.99 with coupon, a savings of $3. Scott Tissue, wider assorted colors, 1,000 count, 4 rolls for $1.99 with coupon. Hunt's Tomato Sauce, 5-ounce cans for $1 with coupon. And Turkey Hill Ice Cream, all varieties, half-gallon container, just $2.49 with coupon. You'll find these great items and many more on sale at over 50 Pioneer Food Stores, conveniently located in your neighborhood. Pioneer, owners that care.
Wins News Time 8:36.
Everyone is interested in something, from yoga to Yugoslavia, Brad Pitt to biology. And at content store contentville.com, you can get everything about anything at great prices. With Contentville's cross-content search, you'll find books, magazines, articles, dissertations, and more on whatever interests you, all with the click of a mouse.
To get to the bottom of why he has privacy manager and see if he's
now so cool that,
well, I'd hate to have to ask him to get over himself, but I will if I have to. I'm not sure why he has privacy manager, to be honest.
Privacy manager.
We're going to find out. In fact, I'm more concerned with his privacy manager personally than interviewing him about his trip around the world. at present. Oh, nice electronic billboard. Take that down. Hey, Bill, Drew and Mike, WRIF Radio. How you doing?
Okay.
Hey, we tried to get you at the office. You got privacy manager there?
This is the office here.
Oh, this is the office, but you have privacy manager at the other number?
Yes.
You know, I know the media can really take people by storm, but I didn't realize it would be to the level that you would need privacy manager.
What did somebody say?
A few planes.
I have been bombarded with interviews and things from...
So privacy manager is just a feature that you chose to pay that extra monthly fee for.
I did that on my own, just so it would register. I like to know who calls.
Yeah. You had too many people that needed things from you because of your expertise in various areas of your life before you went on this flight.
Well, right. And you have a lot of prank calls, too, things like that.
Well, thank God they've got this privacy manager, so people, when they reach a level like yourself, they can pretty much weed out the unimportant calls. And
well, you have a number where to go back to.
Yeah. No, that's good for you, especially now that you've made these flights, which has really brought a lot of attention to you. You've essentially, are you calling this traveling around the world?
Well, pretty much, yes.
Because I understand there's a little bit of controversy in regards to calling it that.
Because did this actually go, like if one were to look at a McNally Atlas and follow you, I mean, do you literally...
McNally Atlas?
Well, I like McNally. It's not bad. But if you were to look at Atlas, let's put it this way, I mean, can you definitely say that you literally went all the way around the world? Like if you were to draw a line around the equator, all the way around at the fattest part of the equator, did you in fact go all the way around the world, or was it kind of a zigzag?
Did you see the AP story?
We just got a brief story. I didn't see any kind of a... I don't know, it wasn't like a...
It has a map or a diagram.
I didn't get
the RAP story didn't have that.
No.
I started in Pittsburgh.
Okay, you started in Pittsburgh, and then where?
A short flight to Newark, New Jersey, where I boarded for international.
Okay.
And from Newark, New Jersey to Amsterdam.
Okay.
Bill, the goal was to set a record for the fastest trip, quote-unquote, around the world?
No, this was just a personal adventure that I wanted to do for myself, and I had no idea I was going to get this national.
All right, so
is there indeed a record, though?
I have no idea.
You have no idea. All right, so you depart Amsterdam, and then what?
Singapore, which is 70 miles from the equator.
Okay.
Wow.
All right, now are we still on an eastward progression and a mission around the world?
I go all the way around like that. I go from there to Taiwan, Taipei.
Okay.
And from there to San Francisco. Well, all commercial flights.
Okay.
And I went by myself. And
I just had one carry-on bag, and I did this for my own self.
Bill, I got to ask, because I got to think the excitement is building with each flight. Were the passengers on board, were they made aware of the historical significance of the flight that they were on with you?
Good morning, New York. I'm Kat Greenleaf, back with another look at your commute. Subways continue to be great, on or close to schedule. No problems or delays so far this morning. Inbound Gowanus, traffic is heavy right now from the Belt Parkway merge all the way to the Brooklyn Bridge. Your southbound BQE slow from the LIE out to Williamsburg. Outbound Gowanus past the Prospect, there is a crash now blocking the left lane. Northbound FDR, heavy traffic from the Brooklyn Bridge to Houston, where that crash is cleared, and then you're slow from the 30s to the 59th Street Bridge, where there is an accident on the shoulder. Southbound Harlem River Drive, slow from the 140s down to the 70s. Eastbound Staten Island Expressway at Clove Road, that accident is still out there. They're trying to get it cleared away. Eastbound on the Belt at Rockaway Boulevard, that earlier crash has been cleared. Westbound Belt typically slow right now, passing JFK all the way to Knapp Street, where that earlier crash has cleared. Don't forget, street cleaning rules are in effect today citywide, so do be careful as you park your car. That's the latest Rail and Road Report. Kat Greenleaf, New York 1.
Hey, don't walk like a cop, all right? You say you're serious about doing some good in the real world. Well, this is the place to learn.
Even those sworn to protect are human.
What's wrong with street justice? All right, just let the animals wipe themselves out. God willing.
Even those dedicated to keeping the peace can cross the line.
That's what I'm talking about.
Denzel Washington.
You think I'm crazy, right?
Ethan Hawke.
I think you're a road cop.
Training Day. Rated R. Starts September 21st.
For mayor, New York's teachers and tenants endorse Controller Alan Hevesy. Why? Career educator Alan Hevesy has the best education record and the plan to fix our schools. And tenants can count on him to save rent protection. Pro-choice, Alan Hevesy saved the city's drinking water, protected nursing home patients, and won Holocaust restitution. Smart and caring, Alan Hevesy's tough enough to take Rudy's place. Democrat Alan Hevesy, most experienced, best qualified.
And that sort of thing for the physical exhaustion?
No.
Well, certainly you were wearing loose clothing because, as you know, the body swells, especially over intense traveling as you were doing.
Yeah, I actually did have some fluid retention in my legs.
Of course you would. In your ankles, you'd receive a lot of fluid build up in the ankles and the joints.
Yes, in my ankles I was.
Mm-hmm. In the penis.
Wow, how about that? So 61 hours, essentially you were on airplanes for a good portion of the 61 hours, correct?
Right, 40-some.
Now, see, I can barely stand the 9-hour flight from London to Detroit. It seems like, well, it is a record, and you definitely are part of history now. How is it that you could stand just being on planes that much for 61 hours?
It was difficult.
Yeah.
It was very difficult. I'm not making light of that. In fact, I was discouraged at times, even thought I wouldn't make it.
How many times did you read the in-flight magazine? Like 7 times over again?
Well, they had, on the flights, they had 25 different movies you could watch. You could watch CNN, and I didn't watch any of them. I watched the computer, and I looked out the window the whole time.
The whole time?
Some people are saying that you almost stayed at the airport, that you almost didn't get on the final flight, but much like Rudy Ruettiger in the movie Rudy, you were urged to get back on the plane, and you made kind of a triumphant entrance onto the plane. Is that true?
You can't believe everything you hear.
That's not true?
How about this? At the end of the flight, we understand that you were covered in like extra blankets and you were carried off through the jetway.
I don't know where you heard all this stuff.
You were not carried off.
No.
Okay.
Did you stumble off the plane, or did you weakly walk off the plane?
I was tired. I walked off.
Yeah.
Just glad to get back.
I understand you were very rubber-legged, somewhat like the cosmonauts that spent so much time in the space stations from zero G. Nothing like that.
Let me ask you, you stay up 60 hours and see what you feel like.
Well, that's what I'm thinking.
This is exactly what I'm saying.
I'm trying to get a feel for what, quote-unquote, traveling around the world, what that individual would look like and feel like afterwards. We just imagined an incredibly exhausted...
I just took toilet articles and things like that and a change of clothes.
Mm-hmm. What about anything for jet lag? I mean, some of the pills they have now, anything for motion sickness, that sort of thing?
I had muscle relaxers for my back and things like that, but I didn't have to take it. I had a back brace.
Some people, I guess, are questioning the fact that you had muscle relaxers and the back brace, that maybe that might affect essentially calling this traveling around the world, that those things, almost like supplements with athletes,
like
creatine use.
Like I told you, I'm not doing it for a record. I just did it for my own personal adventure, and I was thankful God let me do it.
So the people who are questioning that, do you take exception to that?
Well, Yeah, I guess, if they want to make something of it, they can make something of it.
And just when you're getting comfortable, 3 meals a day, lead-free paint chips, they snatch it all away. So if you know how poor you were, now you really knows.
John Leguizamo's Sexaholics at the Royale Theater. Call Telecharge 212-239-6200.
10-10 wins AccuWeather. Plenty of sunshine. Breezy and pleasant today. The high 80. Tonight will be clear and cool with a low of 60 in Midtown, but down to 52 in some suburbs. Right now, 64 degrees and sunny in New York. Wins News Time 8:45. Time for 10-10 Wins Sports with Steve Torrey.
He's been planning for and working hard towards another comeback, and now it does appear the twice retired Michael Jordan will be turning to the NBA again, this time as a member of the Washington Wizards. Michael, now 38, dropped some big hints yesterday, all but confirming his return, saying, quote, "I'm doing it for the love of the game." No official announcement, but one is expected sometime next week. So unless something drastic happens, like perhaps an injury, look for Michael to make his return October 30th, opening night in the NBA, Madison Square Garden against the Knicks. Now, they were much more respectable than the Jets, but that wasn't too hard to do. Came down to the Giants' inability to control Brian Griese. Too many blown coverages for the Big Blue secondary. Giants dropped their opener in Monday Night Football, falling to the Broncos in Denver's new Invesco Field at Mile High, 31-20. Kerry Collins' pretty good start, bad finish.
Came out playing hard, and we didn't let the noise or the environment get to us. Came out in the second half, did exactly what we wanted to do, and put up a touchdown on the opening drive. And from then on, we just we never got it going.
Yeah, this was a 14-14 game midway through the third, but the Broncos then scored 17 unanswered and put it away. Griese burned them for 330 yards, passing 3 touchdowns, including one to ex-Giant Ed McCaffrey.
And I had a CNN live interview last week.
I don't know how they couldn't expect this kind of attention level, when you make a historical trip like this.
It's historical. 1,000 people might have done it before I did.
We're talking to Bill Dorsey, who is, it's really unclear as to whether or not he's the first person to fly commercially around the world, and if it wasn't the shortest time, we believe it was, and Bill's describing his incredible journey for us on WRIF. Bill, was there any moment of consternation or any air rage or anything like that where you were
I saw more of that in the United States than I did foreign countries.
Bill, just to give the danger level the proper perspective, because it is dangerous to fly anywhere, and here you took these multiple trips in a row in order to make a little bit of history. Which of your flights was the closest to crashing? I mean, where you felt that, this may be my last flight.
Yeah, certainly we're going to perish.
Well, it didn't feel that way. I didn't have any delays except Taiwan was a thunderstorm.
Was there a moment, was there some turbulence where people on the flight were saying their prayers?
I enjoyed the turbulence. I didn't mind that.
Yeah, it kept you awake.
It was exciting too. I never had flown that much before, just one other commercial flight in the 80s.
On the very last leg of the flight, did the pilot actually come up and shake your hand?
They didn't know it. Well, I was talking to the male steward on the last flight, and I told him that this was my completion.
Yeah.
And he asked me some questions about it before I landed in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
So did he offer you some wine?
No.
Nothing to loosen me up?
They were charging $3 a drink. They were charging $3 a drink on that flight.
Yeah.
Bill, when you got off the plane, was there an emotional meeting with your family, and can you describe the emotion at that time?
Absolutely. It's emotional. My daughter and my family, I was very glad to see them.
And also her friend
Natalie.
Natalie was there.
Yeah.
Natalie's fun too.
Natalie was a lot of fun too.
Oh, I could tell you stories.
Oh, wait a second. What did you do with Natalie? Anything?
I didn't do anything.
I definitely know he's not Natalie's type.
I'm not Natalie's type. She's into black guys. She made it clear that that wasn't her type?
No, I know her type.
Oh, yeah. It's big black guys. But believe me, I ain't Pam's type either, because here's how I played it with Pam. We were screwing around, just kissing us, nothing heavy. And it was getting late for me. I had to go do the show. She wanted to go to another club or something like that, and I was like, I ain't going to another club. So I said to her, bottom line.
What?
Bottom line, she knew where to find me. She knows my number.
Oh, see that ego, man.
Hold it a second. If she wanted it, she would have.
Engraved invitation.
Yep.
You gotta pursue a girl like that a little bit.
Nah, I don't. Ralph, you know me. Do I pursue anyone?
No.
Right.
But for her, you gotta pursue.
You don't want Pamela Anderson.
I ain't pursuing her.
Swallow your pride and go back.
I am not gonna pursue her.
He's gonna
wait till Pamela Anderson asks him.
That's right.
And you know when that's going to be.
That's it.
That girl doesn't do that.
No, she can do what she wants.
And she can't have guys asking her.
You know what the problem is? I'm the man she can't have.
The problem is you say you don't pursue anyone, neither does she.
That's right.
Yeah,
Not
so you
yet,
sit there.
So Kid Rock wins. What can I tell you?
He did the ask.
He's the better man.
Do you think he worked hard?
No, I think he asked when she showed some interest.
You know,
No, I don't think he worked hard at all.
either. You know, I met Pamela at NATB once. I swear I could have dated her.
Well, there you go.
Why didn't you?
Because I wimped out because I thought she was too big for me.
Hey, maybe I thought that too.
John and I, let me just say this. John and I hung out with her one night for a couple of hours, and I didn't see any sparks of any kind.
No, I don't mean there. It was like.
You know what I'm saying?
Were you rubbing her leg, John?
No, but she stood there,
and I said hello, and she said hello, and we were both in Vegas.
Oh, wow.
She wanted it. Wait, if I
She was about to say,
You know what, dude?
she would have said yes.
Pam is a friendly girl, and that's where you can't get confused.
Yeah,
you can tell when a woman wants you, and you can tell when a woman's just being friendly.
Yeah, I heard she was into Beetlejuice, too. I heard she came on the Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
You know how I know she wasn't interested in John? We sat with her for 2 hours, and they were talking about their kids.